Good morning, members of the 100. This is Tom Kalos. Here I am with some coaching. Imagine being a writer and not knowing how to use a piece of paper and a pencil, a computer, a typewriter, or any way to transmit your work. It's ridiculous, right? Well, imagine being a teacher today, in today's world, and not understanding how to build a course, how to build support materials, and how to express what it is that you're out to teach and do, your mission, without using modern technology. Difficult. Now, you might get by, and you might have always gotten by without knowing how to build a website or use Facebook or send a text or getting involved with Twitter. And, you can be a stubborn person and say, I'm not technology. But let me tell you, these are simply tools. They're modern tools to communicate your message, and you are a teacher on a mission. You're not just the sensei for your school and the students that pay you. You are the teacher for your community. And your job, if I may be so bold as to say, is to save lives and reduce suffering. If you know something that someone could use to build their self-esteem, to avoid being a victim of bullying, to not turn towards suicide, to feel like they're, empowered in their life, to keep them from being a victim in any way, to keep them from actually dying, and you consider your job self-defense, then it behooves you to learn how to use these tools that so easily get distributed, that often stay evergreen on the computer, that are like your body of evidence of your work. They're today's books. You're publishing papers, you're publishing books, you're writing reports because a bunch of reasons. One is it allows you to communicate to people about niches, small pieces of your work or the work in its entirety. Second, on this side, is it makes you polish your game in a way that if you don't do this work, you'll never polish your game to the degree you can if you'll go through the trouble and actually the academic rigor of it, right? Of making film, of writing pieces, of coalescing your thoughts into something that's cohesive and easy to follow. If you don't do that, you don't get this. You don't become a master teacher with those skills. If you don't have those skills, how on earth are you going to guide the people around you to participate at that level? I think it would be very, very difficult. It's like not really knowing the martial arts yet, having a school trying to teach people the martial arts. Well, you've got a lot of obstacles. So where do you start? Well, you start by understanding that a web page is a brochure. That's all it is in many ways. It's a magazine, it's a newspaper, it's an announcement, and you use it as such. A brochure about your women's self-defense program, have it be multimedia, have it be in one place with an abbreviated link that you can send somebody, and instead of them opening a physical piece that you can't edit once it's published, right? You have to reprint. This is a piece that can be published and then edited immediately. You can have them open this brochure and actually see you and talk to you and watch your class and see your facility. It's something that you should and could have, and it's just a learning curve. And when you learn how to use these things, you start bringing your body of information, the things that you know and have learned and have experienced, into a booklet, into a giant book, into pieces, into publications that allow you not only to express your work to your community, your target market, to your current students. It allows you to more easily teach those people around you. And best of all is it helps you get your thinking together and how you represent it. And when you start competing in that arena, when you start putting your things online, you'll have many, many competitors in other fields to compare your work to. And by comparing that work, you will start to increase the quality of it. The whole reason you're here on the 100 is to learn and to grow to the benefit of your career and your business. And I'm telling you, you must learn how to use these basic tools. Is it confusing? So is jiu-jitsu, so is any martial art. Is it at times overwhelming? Of course it is. That's the nature of learning. And can you learn it and use these tools in a way that puts you a quantum leap ahead of anybody working in your field, in your area, you bet you can. But not if you let day after day after day go by with doing nothing about it. Mistaking activity for accomplishment. You must get your video camera out. It isn't a hassle. It isn't an inconvenience. It isn't beyond you. It is a tool of today's master teacher to teach, to tell stories, to show people what it is that's of value that you've done with your life and how that work manifests itself in the lives of your students. You need to write about it, you need to take pictures, you need to use video, because it tells a far more compelling story about your work, and it causes you to look more deeply at what it is that you are actually doing. You are not just a business person. You have a completely different role in the world, and these tools can help you achieve that. Okay, my number's on the screen. This might be many conversations, but you have to get it. Every time I go to martial arts, it's an ongoing dialogue of this discussion I'm having with how can I do this better? And how can I use it to improve myself as a person? Did you think this work was any different? I'm here to engage in that dialogue with you. This is our school, this is our dojo, and we're working on revolutionary, empowering concepts. Come to the table, participate, play full out, and that's how you'll get the benefits of being in my sphere of influence and being a part of the work.